All right, welcome back to the channel. I am joined today by James Ark, who is one of the best players in Edison format and one of the best deck builders. If you don't know who he is by now, you have been living under a rock and you haven't been paying attention. So just getting that aside, today we are here with his Norleras Evil Hero deck that he used in the last I Am Nerd online local tournament. He got second. He made it to grand finals on the winner's side. And this deck was doing a lot of crazy things that I've never really seen before. I've never seen this deck before. I don't even know how you came up with this, and I guess we'll get to that too. But it was playing very interesting because you beat fairies through double Christia in one game. And I remember counting with Stengo the number of outs that you had when you summoned Phantom of Chaos in your graveyard. It was like Plasma, Dark Armed. There was like Norleras was in there. I think Gramble was in there, and I was like, Jesus,
Yep.
all of these things. There was like at least 4 outs in the graveyard alone when you summon Phantom of Chaos, and we realized like Phantom of Chaos. Typically, you only see it in kind of degenerate decks or just Norleras. Basically, is the only deck that it really gets featured in. But this is like, granted, yes, this is a Norleras deck. It does have Norleras times 3 in it, and it has the Dark Creators and the Trade In. So it has those elements, but then it also has like a dueling element to it that's kind of unexpected. So yeah, this deck is very interesting. Norleras Evil Hero. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't know what you're calling it. Right now, I just kind of NEH is just where I'm going with it for now. But yeah, really, really good deck. And I know that in the finals, you would have actually won the entire tournament if there was one small change to your entire deck list in the extra deck. You got to a situation which I'll probably have playing on screen right now of you just needed to summon Black Rose Dragon. Your opponent was like down and out from Reckless Greed, so if their field got cleared, they could not play the game anymore. They could not draw for their next turn. They had like 3 cards in hand, and when I looked at the replay, I think that at the end of it, they just had like Future Fusion, Debris Dragon, and one other card. So Black Rose would have actually just straight up won the entire tournament. But I also understand that every card in your extra deck that we see right now is you felt necessary for whatever reason. And I'm wondering, because I'm certain that after that tournament, I know that that was like really rough to lose the Dragon Turbo in the finals. That deck is really toxic. But what would you change for Black Rose Dragon? Like, what did you change for it since then?
I took out the dark end, so I mean we can get into more stuff in a second, but like I had a version where I was playing Caius as well, like kind of leaning even more into like playing a mid-range
Right.
version. And when I had the Caius, I thought maybe I would make dark end. And funnily enough, it doesn't do anything now, but like right before the tournament, I actually like resubmitted my deck a bunch of times because I
Yeah, I
was just
saw
making
that.
like little 1 card changes.
I didn't know if you
Like
were glitching or what. I didn't know what the fuck was going
nah.
on.
So I had like the main structure of this deck, and I just thought of like, Norleras is a fiend. You can use it with the dark calling and stuff. And then I had like a few different versions, some more like combo centered, some more I guess control centered, you would say, but
Right.
all using the same kind of concept. And yeah, so I had a few different versions, but then I had tested them a little bit, and I realized that like basically none of them were very good. Um, and so I realized like if I wanted to play a tournament with it and have a good time at all, rather than just trying to super glass cannon people, like I had to make it a little more reasonable. So I did that, and that was me just like tinkering with some cards. But yeah, I ended up cutting the Caiuses. That was one thing, and but I left the dark end. Just thought, really just an oversight, I would say. Like
Right.
there's almost no way I'm making dark end in this configuration.
Yeah, I'm looking at
So
it, and you're right. I didn't even notice. Me and Stengo. Now, granted, it was 3:30 a.m. when that
yeah,
tournament concluded. Me and Stengo talked on Discord after we ended the stream, just about Black Rose Dragon and like the extra deck and what to take out and all that stuff. And he was saying Chimera Tech, and I was like, I can see Chimera Tech if I don't look at this very long and I just want to choose a card because I don't really have a high opinion of Cyber Dragon anymore. I don't think many people do.
yeah.
And just contacting in general is kind of like almost a lost art in Edison format at this point. Just where the meta is, I feel like it's so refined now that machines aren't really a part of the meta, and contacting is super rare. But even with that said, I was like, I'm pretty sure that like maybe you could cut one of these Dark Gaias. That was like my initial
Yeah,
thing.
you could. So I do have an updated version, and I put in what did I put in? Black Rose, and I actually put in a second Chimera tag. I because
Oh wow, we're going the other way. Okay,
yeah, like I mean
so what got cut? I'll make that change.
I cut a Dark Gaia and a Dark Gaia.
Okay, so yeah, Dark Guy, and that's what I was saying. So
Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't like crazy because I kind of
yeah,
thought about it. When this guy comes out, he is so fucking huge, and you're not summoning him typically into back row. You're summoning him to do like a lot of damage in one turn.
right.
Just how the deck naturally plays. You whittle down their resources, then you drop this guy. He's usually around 4,000. So after one or two of these, I don't imagine your opponent is going to be in the game too much. And then the third one is kind of like it's like the same way I feel about the third arm wing. Like sure, the third arm
Right.
wing could come up for sure, but like will it really come up? Probably not. Um,
Yeah, even though we're probably going to talk about some like you know, differences between playing it as like kind of a grindier deck versus like a combo deck.
right.
Like even that being said, like even your grindy games are not like super long games. They're kind of like waiting around until you do one big push. So the chances of you like drawing into all three callings and wanting to resolve them is pretty low. Maybe you can make the malicious fiend anyway, and also there just aren't that many rocks.
Right.
So,
Right.
and the thing is with Chimera Tech, I have also added a second Cyber Dragon to the side. So, like, I agree with you that Cyber Dragon is not particularly good right now, but just that's what I have working with right now.
Yeah.
But one thing that I realized specifically for playing two Chimera Tech, maybe even if I played one Cyber Dragon, is it's really good with the Prisma. That's obviously a big reason to even just play one.
Yes.
Um, so you can out of board machine monsters if you just send the Cyber Dragon. But if you like, say you're playing against Machina, right? If you do that, you Prisma, pop their field, make your 2K or 3K or whatever, and then they out it, like they go like Gear Frame, Fortress Crash, or like Smashing Ground, whatever they do. Then on your turn, you can summon Phantom, copy the Cyber Dragon, and make the second Chimera Tech. So I don't know. I mean, like, how often is that specific thing ever going to come up? I don't know.
It is
But
cool though
like,
that it gets the name. I forgot that
yeah,
Phantom Chaos because I know it doesn't get certain. It doesn't get the defense. It doesn't get the star level, but it
yeah,
does get the name, and that's important because that's all you need.
yeah.
So you can contact multiple times. What's being cut from this side deck to make room for the second Cyber
So
Dragon?
yeah, I made a few changes. I did end up cutting the Eradicator. I mean, it was kind of just part of the reason I built this deck in the first place. I wanted to do like that guy was using that like cool virus deck for a little while. I don't know if
Mm,
this guy was
yeah.
having some success with like a virus deck, and I kind of like that was even how I initially came to this idea. I was like, oh, maybe I could do something with that, and like Phantom copying a big guy and then virusing it. Like that was like part of the idea, but the viruses just like aren't that consistently good. I cut a Prohibition, and I cut the Sirocco, and I added a Mind Crush, which I think is just like a more consistent anti-Dragon Turbo card than
Agreed.
Eradicator. It's probably the best Dragon Turbo card,
Yeah,
and
I do think that this card is at this point in the meta. We
yeah,
probably all need to be siding Minecraft. That is like a
yes,
public service announcement.
uh,
Dragon Turbo is
yes.
officially a real fucking problem.
I have been siding it probably in every side deck I've built for the past year. No, like no cap. I
Yeah.
I really hate losing Dragon Turbo, and yeah, but and
I
I also
mention it
got
a lot.
a
I mention
Prohibition.
Mind Crush a lot. I tend to not side it just for whatever. Like I've been playing Frogs basically the whole year, right?
Yeah,
So my perception of the entire format and just like the way games play out is very different
right.
than regular decks, I would say. But I think that Frogs has a hard time against Dragon Turbo because it can't kill them fast enough. It's just not possible.
Yeah,
And Mind Crush is a card that does work really well when you're already playing like Trap Dust Shoot somewhere in your deck list. But even without that, Dragon Turbo, everyone kind of knows now like where it's going. They draw their whole deck and
right.
then they summon any number of red eyes and they beat you. And so Mind Crush is a card that can literally call red eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Make sure you say Darkness Metal Dragon.
It can really mess them up in a lot of ways because also like especially a better Dragon Turbo player, like they might check your back row with a lot of different other plays,
Right.
and Mind Crushes is something that would be difficult to read until they got to a certain point. So if you know sort of the choke point, like of calling the red eyes or whatever, you could even call the storm or call the Tragodia to kill them.
Yeah, they might magical stone something back, and that's just a 3
Yep.
card investment for them. And then you're just like Mind Crush, whatever the fuck they got
Not
back.
Rejuve though. Probably don't card rejuve.
Yeah. Do not do that one. It's quick play, and you will be discarding a card from your hand. Do not do that. But everything else, like there's a lot of instances where you can set like multiple back row, and you see Heavy Storm in the graveyard. You're like, okay, so it's either True Nate or they're going to go for Stone, and if they go for Stone, you have Mind Crush. It's like pretty sick. There's a lot of things that Mind Crush does.
They have to use Avarice basically.
Yes.
Like because even if they lose 2 out of the 3 red eyes, it's very hard for them to put together 8K.
No, that's definitely true. And getting another turn against that deck is really big because once you break the board, like it's probably just over at that point. But I do want to transition slightly to a conversation about the format as a whole and just Dragon Turbo. I haven't really played much since Nationals Ultimate Time Wizard. I've been pretty much taking like a little break from the online tournaments every week because there's still a lot of them, and there has been a lot of them since I feel like that whole stretch leading up to the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament, and here after a couple months now. But I've been paying attention to what's been going on in the format, and Dragon Turbo is definitely like the story right now in terms of just what has been doing particularly well that wasn't doing as well in Edison format. And I've even been on record, I bash the deck all the time because I just feel like if you're really, really good technically and like if you're really good at the game in general, Dragon Turbo kind of nerfs you a bit. My opinion on that part still hasn't changed. Like I still think that it is the least interactive deck that you could play. So like you're not really playing against the person. It's not a real interaction deck. It's just kind of like do my thing. And if I do my thing, it invalidates the other person. And in the same token, when you draw certain hands with that deck, you get invalidated as well. Like it doesn't matter who you are, how skillful you are. The deck draws some hands that are just absolutely garbage, unplayable. And the difference is like, I know every deck can draw bad, but when Dragon Turbo draws bad, it doesn't do a single thing. So it's like, once your opponent realizes, oh, you're playing that deck and you have one of those hands where you're just kind of like draw pass, they just ape the fuck out and kill you. It's not like if Black Wings draw bad, they have all these traps they hide behind for a while. They could like do an Icarus attack with a value or something. Value Turbo's bad hands are typically like all monsters, but then those hands can randomly just OTK your opponent. And then every deck that is a play, like a interacting kind of deck, when they draw a bad hand, they still do stuff with those bad hands that can kind of like draw the game out, whereas Dragon Turbo doesn't really draw the game out when it draws bad, it just kind of loses. So all of that aside though, the deck has been doing fantastic this year, and I was just wondering what your opinions on it were, because I do feel like now we're at a point where it's getting more representation, and that's actually more of an issue than just the deck being good or bad or whatever. Like I don't think the deck is bad. Let me start off by saying that. Like it's definitely not a bad deck by any means, but it is annoying, and I think it's overall unhealthy for Edison format. Like that, my opinion is that it is very unhealthy for Dragon Turbo to become a popular deck in the format. I do think that it does take a good amount of technical skill to play it, because lately when I've been playing around with it and using like the Ghost, the list post Ghost Rider, which I think is like the standard list now, is the good list. That deck does require like a level of understanding how to sequence things, understanding risk versus reward, and also being willing to just like accept that sometimes you don't really need to do a lot of times you don't need to do the whole draw my whole deck thing. You can just do small incremental pushes with Super Rejuve to back you up, and it's just too much advantage.
I mean, I agree with most of what you said. I think that my thoughts on it have kind of changed over time. I definitely think it's a real deck at this point and something to prepare for if you're going to go to a tournament. And like that has even changed, where it's like, I definitely would have said that is true. You might play a Dragon Turbo in Swiss at one of these bigger online tournaments or whatever. But now I feel like even if you were going to a random local, there's a good chance that there's going to be 1 or 2 people playing Dragon Turbo. And
it's way more popular now.
That's a big change, and it's like people don't, especially people that play retro formats, I think don't really like playing like degen combo decks like that, like
right. That's kind of the point.
It's like people play retro to get away from that, but it's not to say people shouldn't play it at all, but it's just like it takes a certain degree of the deck being good enough and popular enough for people to even want to play it to begin with.
Right.
So the fact it's already sort of like crossed that threshold is definitely sort of saying a lot in itself. But as far as the deck itself, like, my thoughts on it have really changed, because for a while, like I would play Ghost Rider specifically actually, and just play some matches with him or whatever on ladders or tournaments or something. And he would sometimes draw really broken and I started to get kind of frustrated and just be like, yeah, like all the things that people know, all the emotions that everyone would feel, just like this stupid sack deck, like he drew his like full nut combo, like 2 out of 3 games, and
Right.
like there's nothing I could do,
Because
like literally nothing I could do.
at some point during that tournament, he's going to draw two really bad
Yeah,
hands against someone else,
and
and it
it
has
just
nothing to do with
wasn't my
like,
day.
right,
Yeah, just all that. So all that, and then so I would get really frustrated at a certain point, but then I started to understand just I guess have a more innate feel of the probability of what the likelihood of those things happening are, and also just like develop some better side strategies and knowing what cards are good and bad in the matchup. Like so now I almost feel like a Dragon Turbo defender because when people are like, "Oh, it bricks so much," like,
yeah, that's not
"Oh yeah,
true.
oh they hit their combo," and it's like, look, the deck is designed to hit its combo. Like that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like you can't be mad if the value player opens value greffer. I mean, obviously doing the full Dragon Turbo thing is way less likely than that, but like, it's like taking issue with like someone seeing their engine is like a pretty silly way to look at the game, I think.
right,
So like I think that at the same time, people that really like Dragon Turbo and really think it's going to be this like meta breaking, meta defining deck, you're kidding yourself because it's not that consistent. Like it's more, it's like it's a weird middle ground because it's like I don't know, it's more consistent than a lot of people think. It's not just like they're sacking you every time they
right.
draw really
I
deep.
think I'm on the same area where it's more consistent than people actually believe it is, and then it's also less consistent than the people who swear by it.
Yeah. And it's also just like I think something that you said, like doing the incremental pushes, like because like I think it is consistent in doing sufficiently strong plays by turn 3. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right,
Especially if
right,
you're like
right.
playing reckless too, like that's sort of like the cost that comes with it. It's like you're probably not. You can probably, but at the same time, it's Edison. You can probably afford to wait till turn 3 because even a lot of the things that people like refer to as like Edison is speeding up or something, and it's like yeah, you might be behind a few summons if someone starts triggering like Black Whirlwinds and stuff.
Right.
But the good thing about Dragon Turbo is like you actually don't care that much. I mean, like, yeah, if they're gonna kill you, and yeah, if they have a bunch of
Yeah,
traps, like, but just them getting a bunch of extra monsters and dealing like 6,000 points of damage to you, you still win.
right. If it's
Like,
not 8,000, it's not 8,000. And Dragon
yeah,
Turbo is
and
one of
it's
the
if
decks
it's not
that,
7,000, you need 7 because you need the
yeah,
instant. But like, yeah,
yeah, it's definitely one of those decks that if you do not kill it, 7,900 doesn't matter. Like you can do if
yeah,
to a degree, right? Like instant fusion, it was 6,900 doesn't matter. Like you do need to do
yeah,
at least 7,000, and then really you need to just do 8 against this deck because they can actually OTK you from 11,000, and it's not some you can't be like upset when they do it because I've seen it way too many times now from the good Dragon Turbo players, and even when me and Stengo have play tested for funsies, he's playing I think Black Wings at the time for a tournament, and I was just absolutely scraping him up over and over and over again with this list, and it would he got very down. He was like, oh, this format is fucking ruined, and like
yeah, exactly.
the doom and gloom, right? Like you lose to this deck that's not interactive, and you're like, okay, this is just modern Yu-Gi-Oh all over again,
Yeah,
because this is exactly what they're trying to do in modern. Like they turn one trying to invalidate you, maybe not turn one sometimes with this deck, but that's the thing about Edison is that in this format, this really non-interactive deck can afford to not go off on turn one and still beat the shit
right.
out of you. Hence the reason why it's playing Reckless Greed now, which I think is like one of the scariest things that has happened to this deck is that it's playing Reckless Greed, because it really does change the dynamic of what it does. Like those, oh, I can't draw turns don't really fucking matter if you just one, kill your opponent, or two, generate so much advantage from just a string of draws
Yeah,
after Reckless and then a super rejuvenation on end phase. It's like it doesn't matter that I can't draw. I am literally +3 on you on turn one. And yeah, it's the deck is really strong, especially when you look at it as not just a draw my whole deck, summon everything, and kill you in one turn deck. And you look at it more of like this deck can just duel you in a really ignorant way, kind of like Black Whirlwind feels when it's like turn one Whirlwind short. It feels like that sometimes where it's like turn one, draw a bunch, get the play for free because I have like guys on the field, and then I refill my hand to 6 on the end phase.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely strong, and I mean, definitely just really frustrating to play against too. I mean, like because a lot
Yeah,
of times it's sort of like a do they got it or don't they? Like especially if they haven't drawn really deep, like taking the risk on if they have the storm or not is usually something you need to do.
right.
And sometimes they have it, and also just like yeah, it's just frustrating. It feels a lot like reasoning gate in Go format. If
Yeah, I
people
guess
play
it is
that,
the
it's like
equivalent of that.
Yeah, it's just that, and I don't even think that Reasoning Gate has ended up being particularly unhealthy for Go format. Like that is probably something that people might have thought. Especially there was a point a couple of years ago that like there was a version of it that was even less interactive. I guess is how I would put it.
Right.
Like a much faster turbo version, and I feel like people probably said the same thing, like, "Oh, if this gets really popular, this is like super degen and like ruins the format." But like it didn't, and like you just like kind of learn how to play against Reasoning Gate, and like they are bricky enough that it doesn't really like take up too much of top cuts, and sometimes one wins, and sometimes it beats you and draws the god hand, and that's just
Part of
something
it.
that happens
Yeah.
in Yu-Gi-Oh
I
anyway.
was about to say, yeah, that literally is just Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, so as far as where the format is right now, I think that, and I've been saying this opinion a lot to my friends, but I'm going to state it here as well. So 2023 is like the most real year of Edison format. A lot of players that are good at Yu-Gi-Oh are now playing Edison format. It's a lot more invaded by the good players now. You're seeing a lot of the same people topping events and doing well, but what you're also seeing, more importantly than all of that shit, is just how refined the deck lists have gotten in 2023. Like I think prior to 2023, decks were just all over the place in terms of the list and like what they were playing. And sure, you always had like good ones, right? Like that didn't change. But now you're having like Dragon Turbo this year is the best build that we've ever seen. And, Hydro Pump invented the deck or whatever a while ago, but now like Ghost Rider's taking it to the next level. Same thing with like Hero Frogs. Like last year, Ronak and Cameron topped RBET2 with Hero Frogs, and that initial list that had like 6 discard traps and malicious and all these other things, and like a ton of monarchs. And then I took it this year to like another level where it's just the most consistent busted version of the Hero Frog deck that's like very different, doesn't play malicious at all, and like all the other changes. And then you have decks like Machina Control that came out very recently, and like Christia Sworn came out very recently, all within like the last year or so. And then like you have these new Norleras decks, like the European Nationals Norleras deck I think is actually pretty good too. The one that doesn't play dragons, but it plays like Value Turbo Engine instead. Like, that deck is actually super slept on as well. And there's a lot of other innovations going on in the format. Diva Hero Beat, a deck that like you're pretty much given all the credit for as being the pioneer of really bringing that deck to the forefront when you won the Starlight Black Rose Dragon tournament. I think that was early in the year, and that
Yeah,
deck,
it was like March, April.
yeah, that was really early, and that deck became the most consistent decks like win rate in War League for a very long time, with like close to an 80% win rate, and that deck is still the superior version of like Hero Beat that pretty much everyone should be playing because it is performing. Like if you just look at math, not my opinion, but like just math, that
It's so much scarier. Like if you
it's
just
not
think
even
about any
it's not even
deck that you
close.
could play, like if you actually play the game,
Yeah,
and you go again, if you're playing against Stun Hero Beat versus playing against Diva Hero Beat, you just immediately notice like Brianak.
yeah,
Brianak is
you're in
strong,
danger. You're
like
in danger from turn one. Like you're in actual danger of losing the game as early as turn one, and not because you got stunned, but because you got OTK from 8. Like you can get killed from 7900 very easily, and it's not like they sacked you. They played 3 of all the cards that require that combo, and not even just that. I always say that when Diva Hero Beat gets that Stratos plus Alias direct attack, that shit is
yeah.
just so like the games that they do that. I wish that we could see the stats on how often that deck wins after doing Stratos Alias indirectly, like both of them just attacking you in one turn directly, because that should happen so
I mean, the
often,
thing
and it's
about
just
that
like,
is also you're pretty insulated from gores a lot of the time,
yep,
like Spark Hero Black. Like I don't know, it's just like yeah, and the fact that anytime they stick a monster on, like if a monster survives to their turn, then you just like have a lot more stuff to be
yes,
scared of.
anything could happen after one level 4 monster sticks on the field, or even sometimes a Gilman sticks on the field, as crazy as that is. But
Yeah,
like the deck does a lot. So that's another deck that is relatively new this year, like in the last 365 days, and it has its place in the meta. It's not going anywhere. I think it's clearly the best version of Diva Hero Beat or whatever, or like the I guess Hero Beat is what it was called before, and now has the Diva in it. And then like Diva Hero, that deck has also risen from the grave this year, because last year it started off the year really strong in 2022, like in the beginning with Silchus, and then it fell off super hard, and everyone thought it was just completely dead. And then you had a True Hero resurrect that deck, and like now people are playing that, and they're playing like their own version of it, like the Oscar version that plays like traps and snowman eaters and is way like a bit slower and not trying to just like kill you as much as a True Heroes version. So now you have Diva Hero in the format as well. And then we entered this phase where it's like you got your Sirocco value decks, and then you got your Miracle Fusion decks. And
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's really just like Dragon Turbo, Christia Sworn. Zombies are in a really weird spot where not only are they not being well represented anymore, but I just feel like something is off with like where that deck is in the meta right now. I don't know what it's losing to, but it's not really doing
I
well.
think I think the problem is the only good matchup out of the top decks is Hero. That's
Yeah.
like kind of where it comes to Zombie for me because I really like playing Zombie, but it's pretty hard to justify. Like, I don't think it beats Vayu. I don't really think it beats Frog. It like might have a better Frog matchup than some of the other top decks, but
Right. But it's
like
not even
not by a
guaranteed.
lot.
Yeah, because if they go
Um,
for OTK and they get Battle Fader at any point, it's just
yeah,
game. Like all of every single one of those games where that happens because now the
yeah,
frog lists are all playing like Miracle Fusion. They're not.
yeah,
They clean the field, so like, you can't commit to the field and not win, and that's like a really big issue. And that's so then you come into the format now, like okay, so you have these Vice Rogue decks, and you have these Miracle Fusion decks, and you have Dragon Turbo and Christia Sworn. Where do they stand? Well, Christia Sworn actually happens to beat up on like hero like the frog deck. The hero frog deck cannot deal
yeah.
with Christie's. Like that is one of the worst fucking matchups. And then Dragon Turbo happens to also do the same thing to hero frogs, where it's like really bad. So when hero frogs are getting really popular, Dragon Turbo gets better as a result, and so does Christia Sworn. And those are kind of like some of their freest matchups. And then Value
Yeah.
Turbo gets even better too because Royal Depression is becoming increasingly good in the format again because it's not as much like just straight up Black Wings, which is why Oppression wasn't played as much. Like Black Wings was around at the end of 2022 and it was like everywhere. Black Wings were just taking up. There were literally multiple tournaments
When
with Black Wings.
Blackwings have to like contort what they're doing too. I mean, maybe some people are just loading up the same Blackwing deck they had 13 years ago or whatever, but like, Blackwings have to adapt quite a bit, I
Yeah, and they
think, to
have.
deal with. And so like it weakens the stuff that Blackwings was traditionally just going to run you over for. And I mean, to make just maybe to make a more seamless transition, like with this deck, it's a deck I built for fun, and I don't necessarily put it up against those other
Right.
decks.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but
It's
one
definitely one of those.
important, but like an important thing that I think about it, and I don't like when I went to build it, I was thinking like, oh, maybe this could be something, So after testing it, maybe I'm a little bit like on it, but like I do like the idea of like all those other decks that you just mentioned, especially the degen ones like Dragon Turbo and Christie Sworn,
Yeah.
like they all need multiple cards to play. I mean, Christie Sworn like has Herald that interacts with this deck pretty effectively, but at the same time, like if you Norleras those decks,
Oh
they will
god.
lose.
Yeah, it's
You know,
really bad.
so like I really like the idea of playing like first of all, yeah, there's like a lot of degen decks like you're saying, and like playing a deck that has the same degen capabilities that like are clearly proving to be effective against like the other powerful decks,
Yeah.
like Blackwing or Frog or whatever, but like also has a good matchup against the other degen decks. Like that is of interest to me. And so that's sort of like an idea I had with this deck, and it does that sometimes.
Yeah, I actually saw throughout the tournament, the online local where you actually. So the guy who won the tournament, I think his name is Andy Singh. So you beat
Mhm.
him in like the regular bracket before grand finals.
Yeah.
You were his loss, and I remember you Nerlaris him in one of the games, and you guys went into a top deck war where you both were just drawing one card at a time. And I think even when you Nerlaris, he had a white stone, so he ended up with a blue eyes in hand. For what it's worth, which that could be like the beginning of something in that deck.
Right.
But you guys both drew the 5 cards, and then you just won. And I was like, damn, even after getting reset and drawing up to 5 cards, like the deck still just wasn't able to recover from getting their Laris. And it seemed like, okay, this is actually a real win condition against a combo heavy deck like Dragon
Yes.
Turbo, where it needs, like, it's not like Frogs, where, okay, you put that deck in a top deck mode, you hope that there's no Treeborn involved because that changes
Yeah, that's
everything.
spicier for sure.
Yeah, if
And
there's a
and
Treeborn involved, it's like, dear God. And then
Well,
the
and it's
top
two things
decks.
because it's like a lot of times I've seen people build really combo heavy Norleras decks, and the main goal being you gotta stack your thing with Plague, and then
Right.
you blow up, and then you redraw the Dark Creator, or you redraw the, whatever the case may be, your power play. But I mean, sometimes I do like if I have Dark Creator hand in hand and the Plague Engrave, and I can set that up. Like, yeah, I mean, I usually do that. But I also just sometimes will, um, if I don't have a real power play like that, I'll maybe send the plague if I can and leave it engraved. or I've started messing with like Necrogarner too. But I'll stack my grave and I'll Norleras and like I have some dead draws in that position, like the plasma, the level 8 earth, the rock guy, the malicious edge. The drawing additional Norleras is there, not great. Drawing trade-ins, not great, and like Storm Trunade, not always great card
Yeah.
key. But like on the whole, if I see 2 or 3 draws, like there's a lot of things that are great, like Creator or like Phantom Copy Creator.
Phantom is crazy.
But also there are a lot of things that are good, i.e. Stratos into Prisma.
Yep. If you are in a top deck situation, and this actually happened in a tournament as well, but like there'll be times where the game is super simplified after Norleras, or just because it's simplified naturally, and a Stratos. And this is one of the reasons why I think the format is like so refined now, is because Stratos is just in so many decks that are playable. But that card in simplified game states is like a god card. It's just too much. It's a +1. It's 1800. It's a big body. Like it's everything you want. And yeah,
you can. Off the top, that's what I mean. You can take your stack, full Dark Creator combo. It's like I'll stack the Ecall, I'll stack the Stratos.
Yes.
Sure.
We're in top deck mode, and I'm up a Stratos. Like I start the game with Stratos, you start the game with nothing. Like let's see who wins.
Yeah. And I mean, Prisma is just not only filtering all those dead draws because it sends Plasma, Big Piece, and I guess Mole saying it, but and the Malicious Edge. But so it's filtering, and it's every Dark Calling I draw is definitely going to be live at that point.
Yeah, I think the dirtiest thing I saw was you Norleras, and then you drew in the Dark Calling, and you had Grand Mole from Sangan Search. That shit was just like
that was a good one.
That was OD. I was like, man, I'm glad we got that on stream, but that I feel so bad for the person on the other side of that, because that's just like nuts.
So I wanted to talk about 2 changes I made, and then I'm gonna talk about 2 changes I made, and like one thing that I've been messing with, and I think is actually quite good, is Dark Eruption, that item, for a couple of reasons. Like one, I mean, I don't know, it's like an additional spell for Monk and stuff, but it also I play 2 like over the 2 traps. Like I think it's kind of just better than Call, to be honest. It doesn't make their like MST and Dust live, but
that's a strength in itself. That's a Hero Frog strength too.
And what it lets you do, like there's just a combo hand where if you have a level 5 Dark Monster and Greffer and one of your pieces, Phantom or Norleras, you can special the Greffer, pitch 1, send the other, Eruption the first piece back, or use it to search the Phantom, or just like use
that's
it as
actually
an additional...
really good in this deck.
I thought of it after, and it's pretty good. I don't know, and like also another top deck, off the Norleras or after you blow up, getting back the Phantom, getting back Sangan, honestly pretty good. And just like stuff like that. So I've been liking it. I think I want to cut Morphing Jar. I did cut Morphing Jar on my recent version. Even though
is that where Gardner comes in?
Yeah, I have Gardner there. I don't really love Gardner either.
I like Gardner with Rhoda and Greffer though, because one of the things that happens often is like right before you Norleras, you can Rhoda or do a Greffer
send
pitch.
A random card. Yeah, I mean it's fine. I like, honestly, the Morphing Jar is not bad, just kind of high variance, and like but and then the other thing, I sided a Snipe Hunter over the Prohibition.
Snipe Hunter over Prohibition, and I've seen Dragon Turbo playing this card.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of got I was kind of like, oh wait, actually that's probably better in my deck because it's a Fiend and it's like a 1500 Dark.
So you can actually Eruption it back too. That's actually cute.
And get it back mid game with Creator or Phantom Creator,
you can copy. You can do all kinds
Phantom, the pop stuff. Like
it's just an option.
It's pretty good. Yeah, and that's where I'm at right now, and it may change.
Yeah, I think that this deck is definitely one of the ones that could keep evolving because it's 40 cards, and it's crazy that there's so much going on in this 40. Like this is probably one of the.
I had like a 50 card version with like Miracle Fusion. And
I'm sure you do. I'm sure, because the fact that you got this down to 40 is already ridiculous to me.
That's why I was resubmitting so many times. I was like,
okay, so that explains that, because you resubmit it, and I kept thinking something is wrong over on that side of the world. Like I don't know what's happening, but I saw you resubmit like 4 times, and I was like, I don't know if the bot is like failing him or what, but I didn't know that you were actually like changing the deck. So that
I just
explains
changed that
that.
one card.
Do you want to get into a game? I'll pilot and then you just kind of like backseat me.
Yeah.
All right, we are officially live again. But yeah, no, I know the deck definitely has its flaws for sure, but we're still going to
But it's
give it.
fun.
It is
It's
fun.
fun.
It is fun. It looks
We will
very
have we
fun.
will do something that maybe no one has done in Edison format before.
Yes, it is very
Like
very
we're
fun.
gonna do some weird interaction. I don't know. I've just been doing all sorts of weird. I mean, I'm just making stuff up on the fly. I have like 5 darks engraved. I'm like Phantom, copy Phantom, banish, get down to 3 darks, drop dark arm. Like I'm just doing all sorts of weird
Yeah,
stuff.
that's wild. We definitely have done some tricky stuff because we've played Norleras a lot on this channel, but just like standard Norleras deck. And I remember when we had to do weird stuff to get our graveyard from like 8 darks to 3, and it's just crazy how much you can get down between values. At the time we were playing the Value Sirocco version, it's crazy that between Value Sirocco and then Copy and Dark Creator, you can get down really far. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about the value version because every dark that you play, especially with Dark Eruption, is like a combo piece, you know?
Yeah.
So that's good. And the like rock stuff you definitely brick on. But I also feel like you do have a certain degree of flexibility. So this hand's obviously pretty good. I think we're probably just gonna set Sangan because
Okay.
that sets up our Norleras
Yeah, that
fastest.
sets up a lot. So.
Yeah,
And we
like
got
we just
Gores
start.
too, in case they get like a little crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is one of those hands that we might not necessarily go into Norleras as quickly as we possibly can, just because we can play a little bit of a grind or.
Oh, well,
Um,
now we have Sangan plus Norleras.
yeah, I mean, I would Rhoda still like, yeah, exactly. Because I mean, the
So,
thing is, you're always like in a situation where you don't have plague, you are at the mercy of your draws, you know.
right.
So I would special pitching the Norleras.
Our guy, our boy.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then
Let's
I would just summon Phantom.
see what happens.
Yeah, because I
You don't
mean
wanna
the
you don't
thing
wanna
is people
pitch
are
the
cutting
plague.
book. Nah, I don't give. I would summon the Phantom and target the Norleras, and then if he doesn't do anything, then we can pitch the plague.
Okay, that's fair.
Because like yeah, it'd be TTs or like a lot of people are cutting Book of Moon from a lot of their decks, so this is just like more likely to resolve than it otherwise would be. Compulsory is a card that interrupts it, but yeah, so it just targets. Okay, so he does it. I don't think it banishes in this particular
Yeah, I
scenario.
don't think it does either.
Um, so I think we just swing with Greffer now.
Okay, so still,
Still banish it, does it?
I
I don't.
don't think
I
so.
could probably find out.
A few moments later.
I think maybe he's right. Maybe it still gets banished. Just resolve as much as possible situation.
Yeah, it probably is a resolve, like Book of Life kind of thing.
Sure,
Uh,
banish it. Sure,
okay,
we'll play
okay.
Fantasy World rulings, whatever. Game mechanics. Okay. All
That's
right.
not
All
all
right.
right.
Flash
Yeah,
game
like
mechanics. All right.
relax.
All right, buddy.
All right, like not
I'm just
game. Those,
swinging.
yeah, no. So still
Don't
no
hit us with the
gruffer.
game mechanics. No, I wouldn't use Grepper back because we can normal summon Plague next turn. I don't really care that much about getting card into grave.
Okay, please no hamster. Okay, I'll take a Reiko all day.
That's just value turbo. And you didn't oppression the Grepper.
Oh, it's
Like,
probably Maki now, right? Because that plays this bitch.
or just like some weird good stuff deck. But
Yeah. The only reason I even
Yeah.
thought about pitching was because we could send Necrogardna with
Yeah, but it doesn't
Gruffer.
do that much for us.
Yeah. So I think we're done here.
Yeah,
We
we're
normal
done.
summon, we special summon.
We're
Yeah.
done here. We're done here.
They're probably just gonna run over this easy to kill Phantom of Chaos.
Yeah, MF said it resolved
Oh,
as
what
much as
is
possible.
this?
It's just sync our tab
Okay.
with. Like if the Norleras had stayed engraved, I might say we should send the Necrogranite, but
Yeah.
that's good. So I would just Prisma
Oh yeah, Prisma.
priority.
Yeah, Prisma does a
I
couple
mean,
things.
yeah, you don't have to use priority, but you can just use Prisma. I think usually it's probably correct to not use priority because you reveal as activation requirement, right? So if they bottomless, they're getting information. You reveal the golem, the multiple piece.
Oh, where is that thing at? This thing?
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Yep.
Yep. So big.
Okay.
My boy, you say my boy big.
Yeah,
One
he is
one thing
a.
to note. One thing to note about calling is it's not like Miracle Fusion. It's Grave or Hand.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
which is
And it
potentially
banishes
useful.
them, right?
Yeah. So I would just swing with the Prisma.
Right. So
And this is, I guess, where you kind of see like mid ground stuff. It's like, all right, I'm baiting out a back row.
Yep. So you said double
And
Book of Moon turn one.
and then like maybe road.
That's
Probably
so
where
interesting.
my head's at.
Yeah, road or solemn. Because like I cannot imagine you're just setting 3 back row like that without.
Yeah.
All right. So we're not at too much risk of anything crazy happening. I feel like still. We also have Gore still backing us up.
Yeah, I mean, what is his best thing here? Maybe Caius is the set.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Yep. All right.
I've been
So
here
this.
before.
You knew. You absolutely knew.
I've been here before.
Something tells me you've been here before. Okay. All right. We have Dark Calling all set up, right?
Yeah, but
Oh, it's not a good one.
anyway, I mean, we could banish the plate and the phantom and just hit over it. But I think I'm more inclined just to pass and let him swing into Gores or get more time.
So how does
I
this
guess he
work?
could cat
Banish
us.
2 rock monsters?
No, the Phantom's a fiend.
Oh, okay.
So it
Oh,
would
you
just be
mean like
28.
right. But yeah, we could
But
just pass and then
I mean, he could cat.
if he has it, he has it. All right. Like that's
Okay,
I'm putting him
all
on.
right, well.
If he has it, he has it. You got the cat, you're the best. Okay, he has the cat. Summon cat good.
He's the best.
They're just going to discard a Plague Splitter Zombie from our hand anyway.
And the plate.
No, because I'm a Gorz on the first attack.
That's true.
Says nothing is going to nothing he. Yeah, like they're gonna go, double Arabellum or whatever the fuck, and then they're gonna do Arcanite main phase 2 and all that, all the things. But since nothing actually beats over Gorz, I wonder if he drew that Summoner Monk.
I think he drew the brain.
Yeah, let's see if he showed his hand or
Not
not.
basing that off anything. He can
People
do a lot of damage here. He might. No, I guess he can't. He can't threaten to kill us, so there's no reason for him to sink before.
Yeah, like even if he's summoned Arabellum right here, that might be what he's going for, right?
We can just go for. What is he doing?
Okay, this makes sense because this plays around Gore's the best.
I think plays around Gore is kind of the same, but.
Well, it's just if he made Arabellum, he'd be playing in the Gore's pretty harsh. What's this?
Chaos Sorcerer.
Oh.
But that's low-key fine for us as long as he doesn't hit calling.
Yeah, all of this is actually just fine.
Little 1 out of 3rd action.
Yeah.
And do a hefty shuffle hand.
Oops.
Oh, it was a 5.5.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Well, yay!
And the Gores is a fiend too. That's also important.
Yep. And they're gonna pop.
So we're gonna get a 55 guy. That's basically as big as you can get it in this deck.
Oh, he didn't attack the token. That's wild.
We can banish Osark.
Yeah,
we can banish the Gores. Ooh. But our guy's still bigger than all his guys, but
yeah. But you still would just
you still attack the token.
Yeah, I was gonna say you still just attack the token.
Yes, that is correct. Maybe you think
it's just free to do so. Like it costs you nothing.
So if it is solemn, then we're still in a bad spot.
Oh,
we're still in a bad spot either way.
The piece would have been nice. Okay.
Yes. So we have to go banish the Phantom and the plate, and then we're gonna swing over the Sorcerer.
Yep.
And he has to Arcanite pop it, and we're gonna set Plague, and we're gonna get another turn.
All right, that's the play.
And if we draw, I mean, he could solemn this, I guess, but
Yeah, if he has Solemn, he definitely just Solemns this.
No,
Okay.
it's road. It's road.
Okay. And it has to be a Fiend thing. Where is this guy at? Is this one Fiend
Yep.
plus Rock?
That guy. So he's 28.
Yep. I should, yeah, you can edit now. Is it just the attack?
Yep.
Okay.
And
All right.
so that kills
Sorcerer, yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's like you said, is 100% road. All right, and then we're setting plague. Do we want to set the trade in too, or just like
no, because we want to use it for plague.
okay?
Like on our following turn, if we draw an E4, that we can go. Unless he tops like another Caius, then
That would be brutal. There's also, I imagine his deck probably plays
Avarice.
Pot Avarice. Ooh.
I'll eat your brain.
Oh, no, he used Brain, remember?
He used brain, yeah. Hold on.
Wait.
Wait, what is going on here? Also, we can switch that to attack when we attack it, but
What is
oh,
happening?
really?
Oh, okay, DD.
But I mean, that's like practically the same thing. I guess you could be worried about like Morphing Jar, which is a pretty reasonable concern playing against this deck.
Yeah.
So like Stratos would be a really good draw for us. Or the E-Calls or the Rotos. I mean, we use Rotos, but...
Okay, so he still doesn't even have lethal on board.
Ooh, see? Dark Eruption, baby!
I know, if only...
nothing.
Yeah,
we have nothing, bro.
If only this was that return from different dimension that we took out, we would just win.
Claw would also be significantly better.
We would just win.
I think it's probably still... Well, unfortunately, I guess if he draws any monster, then...
Yeah, maybe I'll set this and just... Because I don't want to use
it. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe we'll go next.
Okay, yeah. I mean...
No, we're not dead. We're not dead. I mean, if he draws a monster, we're dead, but...
Yeah.
Also,
you like to play into the very end. All right. I mean, we could draw level 8, then trade it in, and then like get like
crazy. We could draw any level 4 if he doesn't hit a monster. Also,
no, that's pretty good because unless he draws a big monster, which he did not draw a single monster.
Why was it MST?
Yeah, so MST double book turn 1. Like that's what just happened. Also, this is the play.
I mean, so I guess summon Gruffer first.
Yeah, because it doesn't. If they have bottomless or anything, we're just like we're cooked.
We just lose either way. But
or third fucking Book of Moon. Did I give thumbs up yet? All right, you're letting this go.
Yeah.
All right, 2 top. There's no way this goes through. It's just annoying knowing that he just drew something to stop us if he did, though. That fucking MST was sitting there the whole game, which is basically still...
Yeah. What's engraved from him?
For him?
Oh, so he has literally every trap in his deck.
Yeah, like, I don't even... Yeah, right now, we can't even tell if he's playing traps.
He could be playing a Garden version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the solid.
And it was the best trap.
Okay, all right.
All right, buddy. Deck
all right.
I'm embarrassing him. I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good one. What do you
probably
take?
Like mirror forcing him too, and maybe trap dot shooting him.
We're going first, so this is all good stuff. Trunate is probably like.
Yeah, I think Trunate is not that useful. I mean, he has multiple Book of Moon, but I end up signing it out quite a bit. I end up signing out 1 Eruption. I don't know if I would do that here. I think I would probably set out a Creator.
Oh,
surprisingly,
yeah,
not really my jam. Gores I would keep, but it's only because it's a big fiend,
right? More than anything else.
And like sometimes I'll do something where, and I think I might do this here, where I set out 1 trade in, 1 Gaia plate.
The only Gaia plate.
Yeah, and then maybe
like so low on rocks.
Yeah, you send enough Prisma.
I
mean, the other option is Monk could come out.
Okay.
Like Monk going first is good, but like at the same time, this is sort of a low power deck where we might be able to win on like a control game.
Yeah. But do I even want to put anything else in? Like I feel like
I don't think you should take out. I don't think you should keep Gaia plate with only 2 trade in. That's my.
Okay.
So I think it either needs to be 3 trade-in and Gaia plate, or 2 trade-in and like either keep the eruption or keep the creator.
Which one do I like more? I'll keep eruption.
Eruption's a cool card.
Yeah, I just wanna get to use it.
Would have been nice.
All right, here comes Sangan again.
Also, why does this guy have so many damn Book of Moons?
Yeah, double Book of Moon MST turn 1. Like,
Yeah, I just gave my whole spiel. People don't even mean it anymore, but this guy, I said
yeah, so yeah, it's the same play as last turn. It's just that was such a crazy opening when I think about it. Double Book of Moon and MST turn 1.
Okay.
And then it's a set Raiko. And then here we go with this shit again. This is like the same. Okay, well, this is even...
Okay. So here, I think I would go for Special Grepher pitching Plasma,
Mm-hmm.
and then priority pitch Dark Creator.
Yep. So this is going for like a Dark Arm-ish play.
Yeah, we're just baiting back row with Dark Armed, either hitting for damage or we're just setting up for Norleras. Yes.
All right. So, put Norleras in grave.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. So we have like all the options now.
Let's summon Dark Armed.
Yep. This is so crazy, but yep.
There's a world that we could have pitched Phantom. Now is like a weird spot where I would probably priority, or like, you don't have to use priority, but I would target Dark Armed, and if he does the same thing with the book, then maybe we can erupt back and Norleras him next turn. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I see that. Yep.
So yeah, target Dark. Maybe probably books here. Maybe it makes us like burn another. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Book of Moon is surprisingly effective against this deck.
Yeah, and I mean here I would probably again just swing just to take him off Caius a little bit. If it's hamster, it's hamster.
Yeah. Oof.
It is hamster. That's very good. I mean he can swing over the Phantom.
Yeah, that's what he did last game. But we still have Dark Eruption to get it back and just try again.
With Raiko, I mean, like he can pop.
He probably pops this.
I mean, we have a Sangan Search, and we have the Eruption. So.
Yeah. And he doesn't know that it's Sangan technically.
It'll be alright, man.
Yeah. I am still blown away by game 1. Like, I cannot believe that he said double book MST.
If he has double book again, then I might do my gamer rage.
If he has double book again, I am cutting this duel from the...
Yes or no?
Yeah, trust me,
Rhoda. Oh, right, because he has Warrior Lady. Oh, okay. Right, because of Warrior Lady.
Phantom dies again.
And then it's like here, I guess I would get another Phantom, I think. You know, like if he does have the book, then we have follow-up with like Eruption.
Yeah. Just keep trying, basically.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
And so I would lead Phantom.
Yep.
I mean, he set his monsters, like...
Yeah, I feel like...
So it's probably getting interrupted, I feel. But...
Yeah, I agree. But we're here. Oh my god, he just drew that!
The new one! The new one! Oh my god.
This is so annoying. Okay. We're just playing against the fucking Book of Moon deck. It's not even... We're literally getting soloed by double book like every game. This is so unreal because Book of Moon's not even fucking good. It's only good against this. Like it literally, if we were playing any other deck, that card would be so bad.
But we're probably fine. I mean, I don't know about like we're in a great spot.
That doesn't do anything.
That doesn't actually do that much.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
We would love to draw a trade in here.
Trading will be clutch. What's this? Is this his Sangan? I would have flipped it if it was. You said what?
Third Phantom. I said third. So now it's like Phantom copy
Plasma?
Greffer. Nah,
Okay.
Phantom copy Greffer, pitch the Norleras, and then try to do it again next turn with Eruption.
Okay, so Phantom copy Greffer, pitch Norleras, attack
and like Gardner.
Yeah, and try to like, oh yeah, that's a good one. All right. He's probably so annoyed with like how many of these.
Why does this guy have so many fucking Phantoms?
Yeah, this is the third Phantom to match your double Book of Moon.
Yeah, it's the third Phantom, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So
what are we gonna do if he has the third Book of Moon?
Stop. We want to do this and not Plague, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I was almost debating whether I want to kill the Dyna because like it lifts and draw a cat. But
we could kill like the hamster instead. We could just kill something to just take some of the damage off.
Yeah. I mean, definitely that. I think
I like not killing the Dyna because it doesn't affect us at all. It actually affects him more.
Killing the hamster. I think.
Yeah. Like the only way that affects us is if we top deck like Dark Creator specifically or something.
Yeah.
And we still have Dark Corruption.
It's just if he has another interrupt, and if he has another interrupt, I think we're just gonna lose anyway. So
yes, I agree with that.
Like my game plan is to resolve the thing, and if we can't resolve the thing, then okay.
Yeah. So far, we've been getting soloed by Book of Moon. Very
Dude, he has third Book of Moon. I swear.
No, stop. God. I'm so over Book of Moon. Like I've never seen it be so good before. And this is why I primarily... Okay, this doesn't really do anything.
No. We take damage.
We do take damage. That is a fact. It does 2,000 damage. Are we blocking or no? Or are we just taking...
No, we just take 19.
Oh, it's 19. Yeah. All right. Bro,
declared it as crazy. Okay, one more time. Right. Surely we get to resolve a Norleras at some point. It's like transgression.
Oh my god, I would lose it. I would lose my shit. All right, let's try again.
Please.
I just want to resolve this one fucking time.
I'm like traumatized.
All right, I think we're finally doing it. All right.
Okay. Good. As it should be.
He should have deprison last turn.
That's not a very good job.
No, that's one of the worst actually. All the Phantom of Chaoses are out the deck too. Strangely enough, like
but we get Stratos. That's the thing.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I never even seen that happen before. Oh, that was a corny draw.
We can just set set Monk. I mean.
Yeah.
Big piece of shit. Yeah, I would Prisma. I'm hesitant to whether I attack into Gores, but I think I probably would. He's at 20. He's at 4K.
Yeah.
We have Necro.
What are we sending this time?
We send the Evil Edge. I think.
So show this.
Wait, hold on. Because we could send Plasma Engrave.
No. Oh, we do actually.
Oh no, yeah, we used it first.
Malicious Edge then?
Yeah.
Because the other options are like Grand Mole and shit, which Grand Mole is really good right now. So
yeah.
Where is it? All right, Malicious. Come on, Malicious Edge.
And I'm probably just swinging and hoping he drew Caius's and shit.
Yeah, if he drew Gores, bro, that's like so outrageous. Okay.
They always take a long time to summon it too. That's the worst
Yeah,
part.
like he would have summoned it when I clicked end turn. Because they're like trying to generate a token or some people are weird about that. They like try to put the token on the field first.
Can't deal with these people.
Okay.
Well, but it's not actually that crazy, like, because he makes Arcanite and we just swing over it with Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. You like that? You like how I just call him Peace?
Well, during the stream when you were playing, I kept calling it mid-piece golem. Not even intentional.
I mean,
isn't there actually a mid-piece golem though?
I think it's the other fusion material for.
Yeah, I think it's actually called like mid-piece
piece?
golem. Or yeah, maybe it is small piece, but I kept calling it medium piece. Okay. Well, I was calling it mid-piece because I think mid-piece is fire, so there's that.
I mean, he's gonna force through the. Oh wait, he could sorceress. That'd be crazy.
Like Chaos Sorcerer?
And that would kill us.
I mean, that would be insane.
He had it last game.
And he's gonna try to, yeah. His Gardener was clutch.
Peace getting in there. My boy Peace. Garbage draw.
Masterpiece. All right, there's a card I don't see. I'm not even gonna.
No. We're not.
There's a card I don't see.
We're not entertaining any.
I mean, he doesn't have it. His last turn, I feel like if he had brain, you would just play it right there.
Right. I believe so.
Okay.
Okay. We're in there. That was his draw, obviously.
What do we want to draw here?
Any 8 or
Dark Calling?
Strato. Not that. Hey, we didn't want to draw that.
Yeah, we just have to keep attacking.
It's gonna be an air balance.
There's probably like a Caius in his hand or something.
Good. Okay. Great. Yeah, it could be Caius for sure.
Yeah. I mean, setting heavy is not going to stop him from playing brand control if he draws it.
It could just be like Vanity's Stream. Okay, more stuff. Yes.
That's game, right?
Perfect. Yeah. Yes. Wait, do we have a rock? We might not have a rock.
Oh no.
Well, I mean,
what are the other guys that? What are the other things?
Wait. I don't think we can. It has to be a level 6 or higher fiend. I'm pretty sure that's the requirement, which we do not have. You can check the extra deck, but I believe that is the case.
How are we this far into our deck and we can't make anything? This is bullshit.
Yeah,
one fiend, one rock, big piece.
No, we can't
medium.
That.
Yeah, Sangan and Witch, not a thing.
The Dark Calling doesn't work that way. Also,
God. Yeah, I actually don't. I don't know what Dark Calling actually does. This is so sad. We have a full fucking graveyard.
But if we level 6 or higher,
all we can do is literally attack.
Then we can do it main 2.
Oh. Worst case scenario.
Unless.
Okay. All right. Well.
All right.
What a duel.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's wild.
Great. Okay,
right,
let's go.
That's wild. That's so wild.
See some mole. our one rock.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm fixing this deck after this game for sure.
No, it's a good deck. What are you talking about?
Oh no, I don't like this one rock business. Like
they send him a Prisma. You have like 4 copies of Prisma.
Oh my god, that was so rough. Yeah. All right, in all seriousness, like how many rocks we got? 2?
Seriousness, we do. We have the 3rd. He's just not particularly good in this matchup. Yeah, it's a rock.
Huh. We gotta figure something. We need rocks.
We need True Date.
Oh yeah. I mean, this guy does.
He
actually just sets. Okay, so Dust Shoot is a bad idea because he just straight up sets 4 back row, like turn 1, no question.
I would probably put you can consider Cyber Dragon, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
I like that going second against.
Not even
but
kidding.
He has Dyna too.
That's true, but I
would take out Monk.
Okay, we'll cross the other bridge when we get to where the fuck is. I don't even. Oh, there it is.
But
so at least 1.
I mean, we could put Plate and Trade in back in. Plate would be our 3rd.
Yeah, I like the speed of that. I only want one
I
of
think I would.
these ideal. Like I don't want two of these.
Yeah,
going
I think
second.
that's fine. I think one eruption can come out too. He has the crows also.
Where is? I feel like there's only one in here, right?
It's top corner. I had searched
Oh,
for it
okay.
too.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck? All right, I like this
So
configuration. What else do you think?
no, this is the optimal config. There's nothing else.
This is it, right? Like we're good.
There's nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we're good. We're golden. All right, they've been starting every game like set one monster, set
We
3
got
or 4
this.
back
We
row,
got
which
this.
they don't
Let's
even
play 'em
care if
back
they
for
have
cat.
protection. Okay, look.
Perfect. Okay. See, decent hand.
Yeah, I'm tired of drawing
until we
two,
hit Book of Moon
yeah.
numbers 4,
I'm
5,
just
and 6.
I just don't like how every time we play Gaia Plate in our deck, we've drawn it an opening, and this guy
What do you
opens
mean?
up set a monster, set fucking 3 back row every single
So
game.
many every time.
Unreal.
How many, dude? Okay, so pitch Norleras.
Yeah.
But you like how we keep going for it, you know?
Yeah.
You do like that. Oh, pitch plate or no? Pitch Norleras.
Pushing Norleras again, you said?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to do besides a Greffer.
Yeah, and it's better because if we drew another Phantom and he books the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
I can vibe
pulls
with
or
that.
Yeah, vibing. See, ye of little faith.
Oh. Okay. So his
that's
last
it.
card in hand is not
this guy.
DD
Fuck this guy.
You want to just send him to the Stone Ages, right?
Yes, obviously.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. I mean, he's gonna solemn this for sure. Like, let's not. Oh no!
And then I would summon Cyber first in case he does Crow.
Yeah.
You know how I get it.
Yeah. No, you account for like everything, which is fine. Like I'm just telling you right now, I'm quitting the duel if he crows us. Like I am quitting the duel.
Just let us do our combo, bro. You know, it's like, how hard is it? Okay. Effect. And if he tops good, then we'll also be mad.
I'll take.
How many Book of Moons do you think?
Oh, apparently, yeah.
He was bluffing us.
He just sets.
Oh, there was one.
Okay.
Phew. Okay, great.
All right, this is where we are.
This is where we want to be. I mean, we just get back Phantom. We get back nothing, but we can Norleras him again next turn.
That's true. If shit goes south. All right, so we know.
Norleras again is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean
we just keep doing it.
Yeah, Stone Ages.
Okay, so actually, now it's like set Plague.
Right, and then we still just wait because we can still Norleras.
Because we can also start doing stuff like Creator. Oh, this card's so annoying against Fate. I've had someone else side this, but yeah, I mean we just
pledge better right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think whether we tribute or we make the Goyo, and I think I would rather stack the Phantom.
Yeah, keep the Phantom in rotation. Attack over that guy. You don't want to take him or anything.
What's his grave? He only has one monster, so yeah, I think I would do that.
Yeah, he doesn't have light or dark setup. Like, there's no setup.
Yeah, so I would stack the Phantom. This card is extremely annoying against this deck.
Yeah, like out of nowhere, that's what he fucking top decks.
I played a guy playing frogs, and game 2 he had fossil Didas, Kaikus, Shrinks. He sided in Shrink.
I don't even know what to make of that. Like, I actually just genuinely don't even know.
He destroyed me.
What he was on about with his fucking.
He destroyed me. And then I finally summoned my Dark Gaia, and I'm like kind of low life, and I knew his hand from Dust Shoot, and he goes, "Get back Treeborn and attack," and I just left the game. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So here, I think I would probably just do it main 2.
Yeah, like Norleras him right now.
Yeah,
because he plays Arabellum and Cat, so it's like you don't want.
And we already know it's not Crow. It's probably just Caius.
Yeah, it's something that maybe like MST or heavy. Oh, was that again?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I would set that.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. See, we talked about it in the intro, and now it comes to pass.
Yes. Oh, this is so good. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's very good.
A rock and a fiend.
So we have 28, but also we can send Uh, wait, what? Use the equal because I can't remember what fiends we can send. We can send Sangan off the Prisma. I would still probably just go Stratos and get Prisma.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can send Sangan next turn. Have a slightly more powerful item.
I mean, Gorz doesn't even like hurt
We
us,
don't
to
care.
be honest,
We
right
don't
here.
care.
Yeah. Like,
But
actually.
yeah, I just don't think I would play it because like I don't know, his like like Chaos Sorcerers or Brain Controls or something.
Can't Chaos Sorcerer us, but
Hypothetically.
okay. Yeah, he's in a really bad spot, obviously.
Yeah, because our deck's good.
Okay.
Okay, so now Prisma is send Sangan.
All right.
Or I mean, I guess we could send Mole and have better follow up because if we banish for 28, it's 26. Hold on, I'm trying to think if it's Hamster if we still kill him, but
This thing flips things into attack mode, right?
yeah. So you should send Sangan.
Where's Sandwiche?
How cool is it that we get to use that guy? I thought I was pretty smart when I added that to my deck. Gotta tell you.
I mean, I missed that card from literally back when Gladiator Beasts were the best deck.
Yeah.
And they would play Crush, Sangan, Call Hornet, and all that shit. And they would play Sandwich in the, you know. I'm a boomer, so I'm from the oldest age of Yu-Gi-Oh, where like that was a thing in real life, not on dueling book, which didn't exist. All right, we're dark calling, right? Like we're actually we're actually calling it dark.
We're calling.
He could have Crow right here. But this does it no matter
so you got problem.
what. Right. And
well, so he has to hit rock. He has to hit the rock because there's multiple fiends.
Right. Damn it, that sucks.
Is what it is. I would swing with
Stratos.
I mean, the thing is, if he has to pop Raikou, we'd rather keep the Prisma on board. But if he draws Kaiku, then
yeah, that's so fucking awkward that he says. I think he only says one Kaiko in all fairness.
Swing with Prisma. I'm not taking the risk.
Okay. I mean, it's just 100 damage anyway. Okay, this worked out. All right, there's the Chaos Sorcerer you were worried about, which is nice because we just... Ooh, okay, this mill was great for us.
Like maybe we should have... Yeah, maybe we should have actually. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
All right. We're not in the worst spot. We're just not in the best spot either.
Okay, so here we use Prisma, you send the Mole. And then I'm trying to think whether I would want a Greffer, pitch Greffer. I'm just swinging first, you know, like I'm summoning Greffer, swinging both.
Okay, I was about to say I want to swing with both. Like, let's
yeah. I'm just thinking whether I main to want to send for a garden.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after this attack. I don't think.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Okay. So that's the Caius. You finally have the Caius, or another DD Crow, which is like awful. Okay, I like Gardner. I like sending the Gardner here.
I think send Gardner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Braincon.
Braincon is very good here for him. It's the only time that he would get like a really nice 2-for-1 in this such simplified game state. We also have another Phantom of Chaos to draw, which is nuts. We have Dark Eruption to draw.
Oh yeah.
We have Dark Creators to draw, which I'm sure are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop. I was doing something. Stop. I was doing something. Why are you like this? Ah, okay.
Well, does he have Caius though? I mean, or if he could have the 7. Or sorry, a tuner.
Oh my god, did he really draw one of them? I mean, we're just not letting it go down like that.
Quit the duel.
Well, we love to see it. All right, hold on.
GG.
Let me see if he.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay, no, he's stopped.
He like closed his. He slammed his laptop down.
Do you message him while he's offline? Are you that toxic?
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, because I'll do that.
Go
how do you? I gotta go to profile view because I will.
Yeah.
He said he's that toxic. All you had to do was ask. All you had to do was his name's like Kid Flash.
Kid Flash. Yeah.
There we go.
So you go message.
GG's.
Yeah, you just gotta say yes, always yes. You can also write on his wall. That's also maybe an
Wait, how do you do
option.
that? How do you do that?
Scroll
You're telling me
down.
things that I did not know you could do.
I'm a dueling book professional.
Oh my
Post a
god, you
you
can
can post a
like
comment. Be like, great games, man. That was a good time. Sad you got unlucky at the end.
oh, that's so good. I did not know you could do all of this. This is so trolly.
Yeah, I have a good time on here.
This is amazing. You just showed me this is how it happens. This is how people become toxic. It's like I didn't know. I was innocent. I didn't know anything about writing on walls. I didn't know anything about messaging people while they were offline. Like my game ended the second he like logged out. Like when he rage quit and logged out, my whole game plan
you gotta dig the knife a little bit.
I did not know. I'm so glad we won though against. Okay, let's watch the replay before we like conclude this long ass episode. I just want to see like what his mindset was behind some of the shit that was going on. They might never play on this account.
His grind set.
Yeah, he's 1196. Like that means he plays a lot, right? Like modern.
Yeah.
So, like, I just can't understand in my heart of hearts what would possess a human being to go. I'm setting I'll play Summoner Monk in my deck, mind you. I'm setting all 3 of these spells.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's like I mean, sometimes I think when people don't like, if he mainly plays modern, I'm doing a little bit of psychoanalysis here, but
yeah,
he mainly plays modern, and like sometimes if people don't play Edison a lot and like they're getting used to the format, they're like, oh, I can bluff Starlight Road all the time and no one's gonna storm me. Like that's maybe something that people think. Maybe I'm going too hard.
That might work on certain people. I play my storms though, but I got you.
I slammed that shit.
Yeah, like I didn't put it in my deck.
You're never tricking me.
Yeah, like if you do this bullshit against me and I happen to draw a storm, guess what, buddy?
It's get stormed.
You know what I hate though? This is why I have such a warped perception of Edison format. Every time I play a non-frog deck, I think about how bad people's openings are against frogs. Like, I can never get it out of my mind how terrible. Like, this opening here, like, everything about it. First of all, we went first, so Treeborn's in the grave.
Ours would have been good if you didn't have the damn Regeki break.
Yeah, it's just, like, crazy how bad doing this would have been against that deck. Like, I'm just like, send Treeborn turn 1, bounce swap frog, go. Hopefully he has the wherewithal to not set fucking 3 back row once I do that, but like I can't really tell because he didn't get any information whatsoever and he still just did it. Like he doesn't know what we were playing. And he's just like, I'm setting 3 back row. And I play Summoner Monk. I cannot stress that enough, which does come up in this game. Annoyingly enough.
Yeah, he sucked him.
I will say what's nice is that this
also,
MST
he could have
was
just used the Prisma. Like, he could have just booked the Prisma, he wouldn't have got a send.
Oh, so he drew the brain control, right? Or was it? Yeah, he drew the brain control because he had no fucking spells.
I was pretty sure he hadn't shuffled his hand.
Yeah.
He also didn't have any darks, I believe, other than the Monk.
Everything about that was wild. Because like he sets 3 spells for no reason. And we actually almost come back. Surprisingly.
Yeah, really
like in the weirdest way, we almost come back.
Well, he does weird. Like if he had kept the Arcanite counter, we would have just lost.
Yes.
Like if he had swung over that token.
Like why did he put himself in a position where he like really needed to draw that Rhoda? It was, I don't know.
We maybe got a little ahead of ourselves with that one.
Yeah, and then he draws the Solemn, which we thought.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter, right? Like, whatever we do is getting solemned anyway.
Double Book of Moon. It almost got us 2 games in a row, which is just...
The fact we played through it, honestly, we kind of cooked.
No, you definitely cooked with the constantly trying to do the same play for 4 straight turns.
It'll work eventually.
I think a Phantom of Chaos was summoned on every fucking turn of this game.
Yeah. That's how it's done.
Like this is such a wild. Like if I was him, I would be annoyed.
Draws the book, bro.
Oh my god! Get the fuck out. Yo, get the actual fuck out of here. How do we win this game?
It's funny because I say we should search it, like knowing that we have 2 follow-ups, like and knowing in my mind that I'm like, but that only matters if he has the 2nd book, and then I'm like, okay, well.
Yo, not even kidding. A Phantom of Chaos was summoned every single turn of this game.
Good.
And he
Also,
just
the Rose Warrior. Rose
yeah, I don't
Warrior.
know what to make of that one, but I mean, it conflicts with this thing, I guess. So, and we just keep trying. Four actual human turns in a row.
We get there. We get there eventually.
Like he never saw the fourth one coming. I promise.
Minecon Kai. See, this is what he should have been drawing off the.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we could have sent the mole there if we really wanted to set up, but the evil hero is much worse draw. So. Also, that was a good draw too. Peace.
Not peace.
Like, why is this happening?
Foolish Bird was a crazy top deck.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a wild top deck, actually.
Average draw.
Okay, so this is double trading game, which I'm so glad we put in Gaia Plate and trade in back in the deck for some speed. True Nade was super clutch.
True Nade was good going second.
We won off of the side decking, honestly.
Yeah. Well, all those cards are in the main deck, but facts.
This was good.
Good work.
He had one Book of Moon this time, not two.
You didn't have this all. Haiku. Fuck. This was good too. You know,
Yeah,
I guess we
this
could have
was
glowed it. I mean, good. Very nice.
Yeah,
And
everything
it's good
about
we didn't
this-
go for the Prisma thing, right? Like, if we just like Prisma send the rock and then.
Yeah, we
try
would have
to-
been in such a bad spot comparatively. Like,
Yeah.
he popped Stratos, which. Oh, thank God. Because I was like, yeah, I want to pitch. I want to get this Garden Engrave, and he drew Brain Control, so it mattered.
Yeah.
And he was just like, all right, I'm going to see if this guy is on it. And like,
You have to see
obviously,
if he remembers his Gardener that he sent
Yeah,
last
like,
turn.
obviously we're
Wow.
fucking on it, my
Kid
guy.
Flash.
Yeah, Kid
Kid
Flash,
Flash.
you were a
You kind of
classic.
got worked. Sorry.
Yeah.
You were nice actually. You didn't really cause any problems, but also you got kind of worked.
I mean, I think the rage quit at the end was kind of just like unnecessary. Like, I always find it funny when people do that. Like, you are so talkative here. Like, look at how talkative you are, and then all of a sudden you don't want to talk anymore. So it's like, I don't know. It's all for good fun. Welcome to YouTube. You know, all that good stuff. Anyways, we can conclude this here. This has been like well over an hour.
done.
I hope you guys
We're done.
enjoyed the first 35-minute discussion just about Edison format, Dragon Turbo, this deck, all these different things, and then this duel, which was really fun. Yeah, this was awesome. I'm glad that we won. I was scared that I was going to have to edit this whole duel out because we just got Book of Moon out the fucking
We're
gourd.
always gonna win. We're always winning. The eruptions.
Yeah,
they're
Eruption was
hidden.
clutch. Phantom of Chaos 4 times in a row was actually just not
That was
on my
that was a good
2023
sequence.
bingo card to just keep doing the same play every single turn of the game.
It'll work eventually. They only got so many Book of Moons.
That's true. That's true. So Dark Arm turn 1, you know, it's hard to lose games where you just summon Dark Arm turn 1. But yeah,
Almost summon it. Exactly.
we will catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out.